We're a professional services business. We provide people and tools, and we use them in the pursuit of solving communication problems. And we get paid for the cost of those people and the cost of those tools and a profit margin for their application if we're successful on behalf of our clients. In the last decade and the next decade, the landscape we operate in has changed more than any of us could have imagined previously. And this has certain requirements. It has requirements for different kinds of people with better right brain skills to solve the challenges of branded content and social media, and better left brain skills to allow them to handle the big data that now drives the allocation, optimization, and attribution challenges that lie at the heart of media services businesses. More complexity creates more opportunity and more costs. And this cost is the price of progress. The opportunity is quite simple to describe. More and more of the inventory we deal with is addressable. More and more of the inventory we deal with can be appended to data that creates value in that inventory that we couldn't have identified before. In doing so, we create greater value for the advertiser through more efficient targeting and therefore greater value extraction from the market. The added cost is equally easy to describe. To achieve this, of course you need different kinds of people, but you need substantial investments in technology that allow you to optimize the inventory and to do it in something close to real time. And this again is something we've not had to deal with before. It's progress. Our clients need the best people and the best technology. They need to know that those people are working on their behalf. They need to know that those people are using their data for their interests, not for those of the marketplace or for those of their competitors. There is a cost attached to this, and no stakeholder benefits when a contract is entered into that simply acts against progress being made. Media agencies steward business critical amounts of money on behalf of their clients and their client shareholders. The real concentration on value in media services should be the 95 cents of every dollar that ends up in the hands of the owners of the media, rather than the 5 cents on every dollar that ends up in the hands of the media agencies. Our goal should be to make sure that that 95 cents performs incredibly efficiently, and we don't always achieve that by being incredibly aggressive about the value that the client extracts from the 5% that ends up with their agency partners. Quite rightly, advertisers expect agencies to evolve. Every client we have has had to evolve to recognize change in their own business. The commodity we trade in today is unrecognizable from the one we traded in 10 or 15 years ago. And we need to create business practices and compensation practices that reflect that. We think technology changes one more thing. It's our belief that the right applications of systems allow agencies to find imperfections in media markets, to identify value in inventory that may be divinable by the application of data and by tools that can be made visible to the advertiser, perhaps not so visible to the vendor. When that can be achieved, there's value that can be created that we should all participate in. And if clients want to achieve the maximum return, perhaps it's time to think about business models that allow agencies to share in the upside of the value they create. Clients should always demand that their agencies know who they work for. They should demand transparent business practices. Equally, they should expect their agencies to demand transparency over scope of work and about the flexibility in that scope of work required to reflect changes that can happen in the marketplace or in the needs of the client. Within all this, however, clients should be very keen to allow their agencies to be rewarded for greater efficiency, to be rewarded for greater innovation, and in the end, to be rewarded for creating progressive business models that continue to extract value in highly competitive marketplaces that's of benefit to them, the client, but also to the agencies that serve them.